predictive model for human running.
Hello, another talk related with sleep model. I hope I can inform you. My name is Mert and I was supervised by Cowan and Uluc Saranli. Everybody knows sleep model. It has long been established as a good descriptive model for running animals as diverse as humans and cockroaches. Robotics use this model as a design basis to develop robots capable of locomotion. Actually, this is a very simple model. It has a point mass that is attached to a mass that's compliant leg. And throughout locomotion, the body alternates between flight and stance phases. And the critical point is, in stance phase, there is no torque applied to the leg. And the center of mass dynamics are governed by the radial leg forces and also gravity. At this point, I want to talk about the graphical system ID method that is called effective footprints, developed by Srinivasan and Holmes, and he is the current chair. And actually, it is very simple but very useful tool. The first step is finding center of mass trajectory and ground reaction forces. Second step is plot the center of mass trajectory. As you can see, the blue and red belong to the center of mass trajectory. And final step is draw lines connecting the center of mass to the ground in the direction of ground reaction forces at different times. This set effective footprint data captured from a human experiment running at 3 meters per second. As you can see, green lines has a very specific structure. The critical point is, if the body dynamics are governed by a slip model, these lines has to intersect at some point on the ground, as you can see on the slide. This figure shows that slip cannot capture this qualitative structure. At this point, let's assume that slip is our null model and try to find an alternative model, which we propose as TD slip, torque actuated, spated, spring-loaded inverted pendulum. Differences are damping and torque actuation, but we have a special torque actuation such that it is a ramp torque profile where the magnitude is equal to 0 at the liftoff instant. Our goal was using implementation, tuning, and design controllers for robotic platforms. As you may guess, our motivation was not biologically related, but we found a nice biological correspondence. In order to compare slip and DD slip, we gathered experiments at different speeds, and we used a fitting method we modified it a little bit, again developed by Srinivasan and Holmes. It has two steps. First step is ensuring some trajectory constraints exactly. If we have extra degree of freedom in our model, minimize the mean square error by changing parameters of these models, such as stiffness and leg angle. In our fitting process, in addition to ramp torque profile, I tested constant and sinusoidal torque profiles. However, ramp torque profile was best at all speeds, so we followed our path with only our ramp torque profile. These are the initial results. Prediction errors, I also provided good mean square because it is more intuitive, both for slip and TD slip models. As you can see, there's a huge improvement with TD slip model in the context of ground reaction forces. However, I find this result more striking, at least more beautiful. The effective footprints for human running, TD slip and slip. Slip cannot capture this structure, but qualitatively, TD slip can capture this structure very well. Of course, we can improve this by applying higher order torques, but I consider ramp torque profile as the first order approximation. To sum up, both tools and results shows that if we consider slip is the null model, TD slip is a better alternative for human running. The significance of this model is torque actuation. However, it decreases near the liftoff. So I interpret this as, at the first alpha stance phase, torque actuation is significant, but in the second alpha stance phase, the human running really looks like a slip model. And also, this is a dissipated model. I have two open questions. I have more in my paper. I wonder how well TD slip can describe animal locomotion, for example, for this little bird. And also, TD slip model pushes all dynamics, all passive dynamics to the radial direction, and all active components to the angular direction. Actually, this was my choice. I can come up with a different kind of combination that will give almost the same result. And I wonder how we can identify the active and passive components in animal running. I'm sure that we need to analyze the perturbation experiments and this kind of analysis, but I'm not sure in detail. And that's all. I beat the time, I guess.
Great. Okay, so questions? Yes, sir.
So looking at the way the forces line up in both the human running model and the disease model, there seems to be a larger component of the vector providing forward momentum, providing and forward into the system.
Yep.
Is there a drag component that's put into your
Right?
a drag component that's put into your system somewhere to compensate for that? Because that's part of the reason why we exist in the human running model is to compensate for losses.
Can you repeat the question?
I didn't understand.
I believe the question is there drag component in the model?
Yeah, so in the human running model, I suspect that part of the reason for that shape is to overcome losses in the world.
Yeah.
Are you putting in losses and overcoming them with the TD slip
Yes.
that you wouldn't be seeing with the actual slip model?
I understand, yes. See, this is model there's a viscous damping in the radial direction. And I use torque to kind of come up with the losses, to compensate losses and kind of visually recycle it.
I didn't understand the answer.
Okay.
Is momentum conserved in the model or not?
No, momentum is not conserved. But viscous damping in radial direction, it causes energy loss. And I have torque actuation that kind of injects energy into the system. And in the limit cycle, they cancel each other and we reach a kind of apex to apex steady state trajectory, but momentum is not conserved. There's torque actuation.
We had another question. Go ahead.
Why don't you think that the loss during the status is due to the active control that animals?
No, the loss is due to the damping.
Okay, my question is that why don't you think that it's due to the active control that they have during the status?
I understand. It can be the case. But I think it's kind of, I can come up with a different torque actuation that kind of causes energy loss. I think it's kind of one of the open questions. But I think torque actuation kind of exists, or any kind of actuation exists to kind of fight with the losses. So I come up with the idea, and also from implementation point of view.
Just a second, we'll take one question or two more quick questions, but I just want to tell you, please stay tuned after we finish this talk. There's going to be some announcements about tonight. Okay, so stay in your seats. All right, one or two more questions. Yes.
So do I understand correctly that the damper acts between the world and the center of mass?
Yeah, in the radial direction.
So wouldn't it be a better idea to maybe have damper acts between a rigid body and the leg?
Can you repeat the question?
Sort of attaching to the world.
I don't understand, but the damping is on the leg, parallel to the spring, inherent to the spring. Yeah. It's a spring, the leg is spring damper pair. It's an assumption. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
It's just an assumption.
we can take one more quick one if there is one. Yes.
I apologize if you said this and I missed it. What was the metric you used to quantify that the TD slip is better or more human-like than the old slip?
Mean squared error in ground reaction forces. Using TD slip, I predict ground reaction forces, and I compare them with the data. I basically kind of take the difference, the squares and the mean of it.
Does your intuition say that there's any design trade-offs? In other words, anything in your model, the TD slip doesn't quite fit as well as the original slip did? Or does it appear to be improvement across the board? Just intuition?
Yeah, just the improvement.
Just improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mert.